Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new and you're not subscribed, I like my content, do me a favor by subscribing to the channel. Stick a like on the video, very important for the growth of the channel and for the algorithm. And do not forget to make sure your notification bells are turned on. We are back. I'll be previewing the match against Newcastle tomorrow, and I'll do a bit about the match, Manchester United playing against Bournemouth. But I won't be doing this by myself. I'm bringing in my super guest who has been hiding for a while. D1 is here. What's going on, bro?
I came out of hiding last time, so I stopped hiding. Right?
How you doing, bro?
You good? Doing good. Yeah, I mean, hey,
yeah,
doing good.
Obviously, you're good.
I'm in the top 4, so I can talk. So
how long would that last?
Well, you will discover. Time will tell. We are there to stay.
How long would that last? You think it will last?
Oh yeah, I will push further up, get as close to Arsenal as possible.
Come on now, don't push your luck too far.
Don't
push your luck too far. Do not push your luck too far. I understand you guys are actually smashing the results. Yeah, I get it, but come on, don't push it.
Well, at least we're snatching the results. We're not giving away 3 points like certain Merseyside club. Yeah.
Wait, before we go to the preview for Arsenal's match, what happened to Liverpool today? What's going on?
You see, from that Leicester City game, you saw that they had a stroke of luck in winning that game, in getting anything out of the game. They had a stroke of luck, and that's a struggling Leicester City side.
Exactly.
And then today they met a team that is a little bit, on their day, Brentford will put, they'll give you a fight.
But there was no Ivan Toney.
Exactly, but still, Liverpool just, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with them.
Do you think it's the end of the cycle?
It probably is, and one of their major, the major strong point that they had was money, and they lost money, and they haven't gotten an adequate replacement for that guy. Yeah, they have Darwin Nunez. Nunez is just, I don't know what he's doing up there.
That guy, he gets in position and he's creating and missing chances.
He makes the runs. I will give that to him. He makes those runs. He gets in those positions, but he can't finish to save his own life.
So he knows how to serve a plate. He can't finish his dinner.
Nope, not at all. I don't know, and that's the most important part of your profession as a striker, right? To put those balls in the back of the net. So he makes the runs, he gets in those positions, but for one reason or the other, he doesn't finish. So maybe maybe Gakpo will take over and probably help them in the finishing side of things.
Do you think
Salah sometimes he pops up in certain moments of the game, and he's just not there.
Do you think that Salah has been on the beach to sign a new contract? Let's not forget Ozil. Aubameyang. Once they signed that bumper contract,
they just rest on their laurels, right? They just relax and they feel okay now.
Is that just pure coincidence?
Yeah, maybe it is, but honestly, I don't know. It's just crazy. It's crazy. Liverpool, I don't know what's going on with them, but they have to figure it out, or else they won't go to Champions League next season, or they might need Alisson to come save them like he did the other time.
So let me show you some of our watchers something that I think I want to show you something that you would like to see. Let me see. Let's see. Okay. Arsenal against Newcastle tomorrow. What do you think?
Arsenal have the superior team, so definitely the odds will favor Arsenal. Newcastle, they are going on an incredible run right now. What was their last result? I didn't actually know what
they drew against Leeds. Which was surprising.
I was thinking they would beat Leeds, but they got a draw. That was very surprising. But Newcastle are somehow, they're a team that looks like they have an identity right now. They have a style of play. They have a way that they want to approach their games. But coming up against Arsenal is not, any of these other teams they've played in recent times, because this is like an Arsenal side that is ready to beat anybody. So the odds are favoring Arsenal. Still, it's football. Just like I said against Chelsea, just like I said for the Chelsea and Nottingham Forest game. I said the odds were favoring Chelsea, but somehow Nottingham Forest showed up and put up a fight. This time, Newcastle, I don't know if they'll put up a fight, but they also favoring Arsenal. I'm looking at a I'm not looking at a one-sided game. I think the game is going to be balanced, but better quality. Arsenal have better quality, and I think that will probably work in Arsenal's favor.
As an Arsenal fan, even though if you look at the form table, right, Arsenal have won their last 5 games. Newcastle have won their last. In terms of last 5 games, right? Arsenal have won the last 5 games. Newcastle have won their last 4 and drew 1, which they drew against Leeds. They're a formidable
Leeds, yeah.
team. There's no. I won't, there's no standard play.
No,
Maybe you can say
that's the thing.
Amaron has been on form,
That's the thing. That's the thing. They don't have any standout player. Who do they have in the midfield?
but as a team, they're very functional.
Yes. I
Very,
don't
very
know.
functional. This team.
The manager kind of gave them this idea of playing as a unit where when they have to defend, they all fall back. When they have to bomb forward, they all bomb forward. I think this guy is injured, right? Saint Maximin. Is he injured?
I think he played the last time. He played a few minutes. He's not more a starter right now because the team is very functional. What's his name? Almiron is on form. He's playing well.
He's on
He's playing well.
Jolinton.
Like if you look at their defense, right? They don't have any standard defender, but as a team,
No, they don't.
They're looking impenetrable. You can't just go through them. And they're not actually defensive. They're not actually offensive. But there's this good balance.
They have the balance.
There is good balance they have.
And I think going into next season, if their manager knows exactly what he's doing, he'll probably plug in the team in the areas where he needs to plug them in. Just like Arsenal did by bringing in Jesus. That guy has helped Arsenal team to have a kind of invincibility. Like, come on, let's play. You know, they need a player that might come in and instill a sense of belief. Like, listen, this top 4 we're in right now, it's not just temporary. We want to be here until the end of the season. And then the team will help them. I mean, the player will help them go on that run till the end of the season. But looking at top 4, I feel like Newcastle they will probably make Europa League next season. But the Champions League, I don't know if they were able to hold on for this long.
Because if you look at team comparison, right? I'm looking at some stats on my phone. Look at team comparison in terms of shots. Arsenal are told in terms of if the overall in the English Premiership out of the 20 teams, right? Arsenal are told in terms of shots. Newcastle are 4th. So in terms of stats, both teams are similar. Now, shots on target, Arsenal are told with shots on target overall in the English Premiership, while Newcastle are 7th. In terms of goals, Arsenal are 2nd, 2.5 goals per game. Newcastle, they are 5th, 1.9 per game. Passes, Arsenal are 5th, Newcastle are 15th. So a bit of gap in terms of passes, right? Passes completed, Arsenal are 4th, Newcastle are 14th. So they a bit of so you can see a bit of disparity between both teams, how they play.
I would say those points you noted right now is like those are like the edges, like the edge Arsenal has over them. I'm talking about when it comes to quality.
Yeah.
You know, Arsenal have a team that can hold the ball. They can actually, attack. They have Odegaard who can. His passes are like sometimes just crazy. Like how do they even see those runs?
That guy's on form at the moment.
Yeah,
Odegaard is on some brutal form at the moment.
He sees some runs
possible
that
passes.
Like, and he puts those passes in. So that edge, that thing, Arsenal has it over Newcastle, and that might just work in Arsenal's favor tomorrow. But it's going to be an interesting game to watch. It's a game I'm looking forward to.
So if I have to stick out your head and predict, what will be your prediction?
I would say a 2-1, a 2-1, 3-2, 1-0. It's going to be a close victory for Arsenal.
So who do you think will control the midfield? Who do you think will be a standout player tomorrow? And you think there'll be any surprise package tomorrow? Because I'm looking at the game, right? I'm trying to take off my Arsenal hat and be very objective. I'm thinking that now it will be a tough game, but I expect Arsenal's quality to shine through, especially with Trippier is not playing tomorrow because he has accumulated 5 yellow cards, so he's missing that game. And Trippier is a weapon on the free kicks and the creative on the left, right back. So he's out. So that was one down. We know Jesus is out for Arsenal. That was one down. But Keita has been doing a decent job. So Saka, Martinelli.
I think Arsenal might need a more prolific striker. I don't know if Nketiah can actually do it without Jesus being there.
In the long term, right?
In the long term, he's a good player, but I feel like he won't give Jesus a run for his money at all.
Do you know what? On that issue, right? That's how I have a bit of disagreement, right? Now, aesthetically, Jesus is superior to Nketiah, no doubt.
Yeah,
In terms
sure.
of Brazilian flair, hold up play, back to
Yep.
goal, bringing other players, creating for other players, I think Jesus is superior as in by a mile. But in terms of goal scoring, I'm not saying Jesus will not become that prolific striker in the future because he has all the attributes instead of being prolific. I think in Nketiah, if you give him an extensive run, he might not give you the hold of play that's on the level of Jesus, but I think he'll score more goals because let's be real, Jesus was missing some good chances before
Yes. Okay.
the World Cup recess,
Okay. I would
and
say.
I was on a goal drought.
Well, yes, but his overall team contribution was on point. There's look,
So will you
there's
take?
almost no game. There's
Will you
almost no
take?
game Jesus
Mhm.
plays that even if he doesn't score, I
Yeah,
see his impact on the team.
sure.
Jesus is the kind of player that if Arsenal is under pressure, you see him. If Arsenal is attacking, you see him. Do you know why? He falls back. He has incredible hold up play. He knows how to create space for himself by holding the ball, looking at that space, and giving those passes to players that are free. I see him do that a lot. And if Arsenal are offensive, Nketiah will definitely, you will see him a lot. But if Arsenal are on the defensive side, I
Yeah,
think he gets lost a little bit.
I think
That's where,
it puts its own shift. I think you people are just expecting to see the aesthetics of Jesus on Nketiah, which is impossible.
well,
I think
maybe.
sometimes we are looking at other players through the lens of other players because we want them to be at that level. But they're two different players, in my opinion.
Well, I think I will say that he's just. I think right now with Jesus being injured in Nketiah, this is like his chance to show that you know what I can do this with or without Jesus being there. So he has what till March to show what he has
Yeah, that's if
in his
Arsenal
legs.
decide not to bring if they
Does
decide not
not
to bring
buy.
in a striker. So
Is the player Arsenal going for not a striker or is he a winger?
he's a winger.
Okay, so
So
he has this time to show that, and let's see what he's going and what he has in his bag to match when
So
Jesus
for me,
gets back.
if I'm going to predict this match, I think Arsenal should still nick it. I'll go for a 3-1. I think Martinelli is hot right now, and I think
Yeah,
Saka
I
too
agree.
is on a rich vein of form. And I expect Nketiah to continue his scoring streak. So I'll go for a
Did he?
3-1.
Nketiah, did he score in the
He
last game?
scored, yeah, the last two
Oh,
matches. He scored against West Ham. He scored against Brighton. I expect him to score against Newcastle.
actually, he scored against Brighton because I didn't watch the game. Like, I
Yeah,
wasn't
he
really,
scored
really
against
watching the
Brighton.
game a lot.
So,
Oh,
so
well, well, that's good.
for the last two matches, the front three have scored. So I expect
Well,
that to
that's
continue.
well, okay. He's putting in the goals, so that's good.
For me,
But
nah, see, I've resigned myself to understand that Nketiah will never look like Jesus. He's not Brazilian. He's limited in terms of skill sets. So I understand that. So I'm not going to use that barometer to measure him. I think that's unfair, even though a lot of fans do not want to. Some fans have agenda, so they just. I'm not saying if you don't like Nketiah, that's your own cup of tea. I don't care.
Mhm.
But let's just be sensible when we do these things, right? Nketiah will never be
Yeah,
Jesus.
word.
Jesus will never be Nketiah. So it is what it is.
Yeah, word. You're right. So let's see the game tomorrow, 2:30. So let's see what's going to happen.
Like I said, I still expect Arsenal to win tomorrow. I
Sorry,
want to,
2:45.
yeah, I expect us to continue the pressure the Man City folks and see what they do on Thursday against Chelsea.
Man
So
City,
let's
Man City, Man City will be like, we don't know what's going on. This wasn't part of the script.
let's go to the next game, which is your game. Uh Manchester United against Baltimore.
Bournemouth, yep.
So
Against
what
Bournemouth, I'm envisioning the victory. Nothing short of that. I don't care how
if
the
you
game is
cannot beat
1-0.
Baltimore, something is wrong with Manchester United. Like if you can't get a
And
victory,
and
like
and look, I know my team. We show up sometimes. We don't show up sometimes. We make
no
certain.
against Baltimore, if you cannot get 3 points,
Hey,
that'd be ridiculous.
look at Nottingham Forest on the on the
You are playing
on
at
on,
Old Trafford.
on their day, Nottingham Forest would have gotten that goal, that last minute goal that they here saved, and it had been 1-1.
No, Nottingham Forest, right? At home, I get it, but away they struggle. Like you guys are playing at Old Trafford, they should be guaranteed 3 points.
Well, it
Guaranteed.
should be. You said it should, so you used a probability tense. I do a probability, a verb of probability, I think. So we should. It doesn't mean we will. So the
Like,
game.
more like based on quality of players, based
If
on
I
home advantage, based on the fact that winning that match will keep you guys closer to the top four and maybe give you a leverage you need to be among the top four. Like come on,
no, they
it's
should. They
embarrassing for
should.
you guys
I would say.
to draw that match.
I would say I'm looking at a 2-0, maybe 3 or 3-1 victory for Man United, but anything can happen.
Tell me, where is Sancho?
And I'm not being modest. Oh, I hear Sancho was sent to the monks to go and get the. I'm not being funny. He was sent to the
Sancho,
mount. He was sent to the mountains to unlock
his
his
potential.
chakra. Yeah, so the
So
potential has been.
are you going to admit he's a bomb?
I wouldn't call him a bomb. I would call him somebody who is he's he's out of sorts right now.
No, stop it. Sancho, are you going to admit Sancho is a bomb?
Last season, Rashford was a bomb, wasn't he?
No,
This season,
I can't. No, you're not going to twist that analogy.
I'm
No,
not twisting
no,
it.
Rashford was out of form.
Sancho is out of form too.
No, Rashford was not bought for 80 million pounds excess. Like, don't play yourself on this stream. Is Sancho a bomb?
Okay, let me ask you a question. Then, if your response, your
You
response
cannot
is
answer my
determined.
question. You cannot answer
Okay,
my
no,
question with a question. Come on,
no, wait
don't be a
now.
silly Nigerian. Come on, don't do this.
Yeah, let me just give me the chance to play Nigeria.
No, I will not.
Right?
No, I will answer your question after you answer my question.
Is Pepe a bomb?
Answer my question. I'll answer your question.
My question is Pepe a bomb? If Pepe is a
Pepe
bomb,
has more goals than Sancho.
over how many seasons now? This is Sancho's
Like,
second season.
exactly. Sancho is barely 2 seasons, right? He's getting unfit. How can a professional player be unfit?
It happens now. Look at Shaw. Shaw was
No,
unfit at one
don't
point in
do
his
that.
career.
Come on.
He was
Don't do
unfit.
that.
Look at Rooney. Rooney was eating but look at Anderson. Apparently, players get unfit in their career. But Sancho, I don't know what's wrong with Sancho. That this wasn't the expect. He's not living up to expectation when he was
So
bought.
basically, another way of saying is a bomb.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I will not call a present Manchester United player a bomber. I'm not Cristiano
You just
even
finesse
though,
a little bit. You say he's not living up to expectation. He's a bomb.
even though I'm not being paid, but still he's supposed to
Okay,
be doing better.
guy. Let's be real. You and I, like, is Sancho actually a bomb?
Why are you insistent on that word bomb?
Okay. Let me rephrase it. Is Sancho a flop? Maybe that's a better word.
He's still a Man U, so he's not yet a flop.
For the amount of money you guys bought him for.
He has even listen. Okay, I'll tell you something. Even Anthony, he has not justified his price tag yet.
That one is getting there.
He's
It's
getting
going
there.
to be a bomb in the
But
next
don't
few
worry.
months.
At least I think I will take him being a bomb as long as he scores against Arsenal every time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You know what we are doing? You know what we are doing now?
That's what we are doing.
Wow. Wow. So will Anthony play tomorrow's match? Is he fit?
I think Anthony is fit. He played the last game.
Let me
Anthony
check. Let me see. Let me look at some of your wobbling players. But Anthony for me has not justified.
He has not.
Anthony he has not justified the amount you guys paid for him.
He has not. He hasn't. I think his style of playing is getting. You know, the Premier League. They watch you. They watch how you play. They watch how you cut in, and they say, okay, you know what? Let's try. You see, if Anthony, will just swallow his pride and watch the way Saka approaches defenders, you won't know that he's going left or he's going right.
I'll tell you something that a lot of you don't want to admit to Manchester United fan. I think Anthony is not as good as you guys anticipated. Like, I understand you overpaid for him. See, Anthony is not that player. You guys just overpaid, just like Sancho. You overpaid for Sancho. I think he's not as quick as a lot of you think he should be. In English Premiership, most fullbacks are very quick, right?
Yeah, Sancho.
And if you're not that quick and you don't have the required skill sets, you will look ordinary. That's why Sancho is looking ordinary. And for Anthony,
Sancho and Havertz, they kind of have almost the same problem.
Exactly, they can't fit in.
they are not just quick and they can't fit in. And their respective clubs fans will not agree.
And it just goes back to why do Chelsea and Manchester United keep on overpaying for this player?
Because they obsess on those players, and then Sancho was obsessed over for like 2 whole seasons.
Yeah,
Ole said, "I want." Was it Ole or somebody? Ole was saying, "I wanted him, and they
exactly.
obsessed over him till they got him. He hasn't justified it. Anthony, I'm hoping he comes good for his money. I mean, I hope Ten Hag is able to.
I like you're trying to squeeze water from a stone. I don't think
Uh,
Anthony is a bad player. I think he's a decent player, but because he gets overpaid, you're expecting something more. Just like Pepe. I'm a Arsenal fan. I like Pepe. Pepe is not made for the English Premiership. He's not physically as strong as he should be, and he's not as quick as he should be. And he's a one-trick pony. He's going to cut in and put the ball on his
that
left.
is the
He's not
same thing.
dynamic.
That's the same thing with Anthony.
Anthony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
They're
left,
going
that
to
left
cut in.
foot, you know they are going to cut it. And once you're able to stop them from cutting, they become useless. They play
Exactly.
the ball back. They play the ball back. But when you watch Saka, he can still go on his right and cross off of his right. Or
Yeah.
he'll go on his left and give a kind of crazy pass that might lead to a
See,
goal.
Saka attacks you. He drives at you, right? With pace. And forces you to make a decision. Anthony and Pepe are similar. They are a bit too lethargic, a bit too relaxed, and they don't drive. See, Saka will run straight at you, even though his left foot, and he can, like I said, is willing to use his right foot, unlike Anthony and Pepe, who barely want to use their right foot, which is crazy.
Yeah, they barely do. They barely
and
do.
you can't
If you
rely on
stop
that.
Anthony from cutting on his left and giving a crawling shot, he's
It's
useless.
done. Yeah.
He's useless.
So you're sticking to a Man U victory tomorrow against
I'm
Baltimore?
sticking to a Man U victory, and I hope it doesn't bite me in the behind the way I stuck to a Chelsea victory over Nottingham Forest.
It happens. You are not God. You are not prophet. Or you are not a prophet. So predictions are sometimes educated guesses. You can guess some and you lose some. So it happens.
Your word.
Sorry, your mortgage is not attached to it, so you're fine.
Yeah,
if I'm going to take away my hopeful hate against Manchester United, I think Manchester United will have to do it, especially at home. Come on, you have a better side to actually consolidate on the fact that Liverpool lost today, and Chelsea and Man City will drop points for sure on Thursday. So you can't lose points on at home playing against Baltimore. That'll be disgraceful if you lose that. So I expect a Man U victory.
Chelsea is playing against Man City on Thursday.
Man City on Thursday. So one of the big six are going to lose points or share 1 point each.
Yeah, or share 1 point. Yeah.
So
that's going to be quite a game. Chelsea want to raise their heckles and be like, you know what, we are no pushovers. Man City will be like,
Chelsea stand a chance against Man City. Let's talk about that game real quick.
They might. They just might. Listen.
Nah, they've been pissed off. Chelsea has been. They've been giving it back shot to everybody to ride. Come on. Everybody has been like Chelsea are the town bicycle. Everybody's taking a ride.
But sometimes a piss poor team just shows up on certain games.
Not this Chelsea. Like Aubameyang is poor. Kaya Shahava is terrible. Koulibaly, oh Lord, Koulibaly is a fraud.
They are remixing their names.
Koulibaly is a fraud. He's a fraud. I called it that time that this guy will come to Premiership 4 years late. The Premiership is not Italian Serie A where they give you time on the ball.
When he signed for Chelsea, I'm like, okay, well, they have a good defender, but is he really still as good as he was back then?
Yeah, it's late, man. We know that Koulibaly is like our grandfather.
If Chelsea can hold Haaland and keep him quiet, they have a chance.
Wait. How do you expect Chelsea to hold? Are they going to time?
They have Silva. Silva will go toe-to-toe with Haaland now. He will try his experience.
Why do you like Gaston Silva? Do you think
I'm not saying this tongue in cheek. I'm being serious.
Silva is done out here. Like, let's stop lying.
Old, yes, we know age is not on his side, but he might.
It's not about age. This guy is done out here, man. Like, yeah, you're acting as if Chelsea's not among the top six. Or let me check your position.
I think Chelsea.
You guys are beginning to annoy me with Chelsea, telling me that Chelsea are done out here, man. They are done. Like Chelsea, come on, man. Chelsea, absolute fallacy.
Easy.
Look at this. Look at them. Look at these harlots. They are ninth. They've lost 3, won 1, and drawn 1. What a wretched record. Look at Chelsea here.
I
Absolute
don't,
Haaland. Look at them.
I don't think Potter might even survive to the end of this season if he keeps
I
up
know
this.
I called it that this guy, this is not Brighton. Like,
I don't
you
think
can't
you.
become. This is not Brighton. This is Chelsea.
He might not stay to the end of the season. They might just have to pay him off.
For me, he went too early.
He went too early.
Like, come on, this is not Brighton.
He's way in over his head.
And see, if you don't have the cojones to drop Aubameyang, you will lose your job. Aubameyang, Shai Havertz, these guys are not just good enough. Like, for real.
That was the good guy. This thing that Solskjaer was using doing his job with.
Exactly. They'll get you fired. He
didn't have the balls to drop Maguire.
Yeah. Like, they'll get you sacked. Like, Koulibaly is struggling. He will get you sacked.
Yep. So let's see what the game will bring on Thursday, too. But I think Man City will have a feast, especially coming off the back of their draw.
Yeah, let's talk about Man City a little bit before we close out. So I think Man City's defense have been suspect this season.
Very suspect.
Akonji has been
very, very suspect.
He has been backing it up a lot of time.
Nathan Ake has been okay. I think he has kind of been okay for them. But the pairing, was it John Stones and Akonji in the last game?
Exactly.
There's somebody who used to the Man City have one defender.
Ruben Diaz.
Yeah, what happened to him? Is he injured?
Struggling with injuries, and they have Laporte who has been struggling with injuries sometimes.
Yeah,
and you know how Pep likes to switch it up and down sometimes.
Yeah, I know some names have been missing in that back line. John Stones, yes, I've seen, but those two, Laporte and what's his name? Ruben Diaz.
Ruben Diaz.
Yeah, I haven't seen them in a second. So that's why Akanji has been seeing game time. But and look at this against Man U, Akanji was like. Then come
on, Akonji is a chameleon. One moment is looking like a rock solid defender, the other moment is looking so ordinary.
And if you notice, when he was at Dortmund, he couldn't nail down a starting spot.
Exactly, because he's a bomb.
He couldn't nail down a starting spot at Dortmund.
Yeah, he played with the fellow bomb at he played with Scamcho at Dortmund. They're all bombs.
So we're talking about this now. You drag poor Sancho, somebody who is still looking for his home in the mountains. You dragged him into this. Leave the poor boy alone now.
Well, they both played at Dortmund now. Am I lying?
Yeah. Yes, they did. But the other bomb who played with them in Dortmund is thriving up front with Man City.
Ooh.
The man child they have.
Haaland is a different beast. But you can look at Haaland actually affects Man City because all their games these days they are trying to find Haaland to score.
Yes. You know,
which is that? So before they used to spread the goals around.
Yeah, Gundogan will score. What's his
Jesus
name?
will score. Sterling will score.
Foden will score. But now Haaland is getting all the goals.
Yeah.
If I notice, Gundogan was in that game, but he basically couldn't even Bernardo Silva. I don't think he has scored in the second now.
They are all trying to find Haaland, which is crazy.
And once people are able to frustrate Haaland, like not letting him get the ball, it becomes useless.
Yeah.
Look at the game against their last game against this team that played 1-1 with them against Everton.
The bombs.
I saw they were just trying, and Emirates would cut in, look for Haaland. When they brought Foden would just try to look for Haaland. Bernardo Silva, the same thing. Gundogan, the same thing.
Yeah,
De Bruyne, all of De Bruyne's passes
to Haaland,
all was towards Haaland. And they were like, you scored one goal, and that is it for you here.
And that is it. So, like, even though I still think on Thursday, I think Man City have the tools to actually win the game, but I won't be surprised if Chelsea gets a draw or actually nicks it or get a smash and grab.
I will not be surprised. That's the point I was trying to make. Those guys, they are idiots. Even it looks highly unlikely right now, looking at the previous games and how they've been playing. But sometimes it's just like, they just rise up and they pull off a game. I've been seeing that right from when I was watching Chelsea in the Champions League then that they won against Barcelona at Nou Camp. That game I was like, Barcelona will annihilate them. They put up their shit and they won the game. So since then I know they pull off surprises every now and then. But it's going to be interesting too. So.
Oh, okay. Thank you, D1, for coming through. So the first match we did was Arsenal against Newcastle. We both predicted a win for Arsenal. The second game, we both predicted a win for Manchester United. I don't know why we agree on everything. And we both predicted that Man City will win. Like I said, I smell the rats. I think it might end up in a draw, but yeah. I think my fan prediction, I think it will end up to a draw. I think I prefer a draw. I'm kind of selfish. I won't,
No, you're not selfish. You're trying to protect Arsenal's behind. So it's not
yeah,
about being
I'm
selfish.
pushing an agenda, right?
Yeah, exactly. You want Arsenal to be very safe, like 10 points clear or 12. So if Arsenal maybe lose a game or draw a game, you're still safe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I see. I like them to mind the gap. It's very important. If they mind you fan, you guys should mind the gap. Man City fan mind the gap. You know, I'm enjoying the fact that I can talk to you the way I want.
Wow. I'm not supplying the time, but that time is coming.
Pius Okumagbe, shout out to you.
Wait, what? No, it's your channel. It's your channel. Run your mouth.
That, as a Man U fan, I can see the despair in your eyes. Scam Joe. Rashford.
You know that word. You know that word, Ote. Ote.
Guys,
whenever
do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share the video if possible. Shout out to you for coming through. I appreciate this.
No problem.
Don't worry. I hope that Man U actually win tomorrow, so I don't have to rip into you.
Whenever Man U Arsenal play, if Man U wins, call me back on this channel, okay?
And if they don't win, don't be a coward. Come and show your face.
I won't pick your call. I will block your number until 2 days after the game.
That's fair. That's fair. Guys, thanks for coming for this live. And if you're watching it on the replay, do me a favor, make sure you stick a like on the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Very, very important for the growth and for the algorithm. And do not forget to make sure your notification bells are turned on. Mr. D, thank you for coming. It's time to go. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. Guys, we are leaving it. We'll see you guys on the next stream.